how's it going, everyone? Hopefully you all are having a great and wonderful day. Alright, so this video is going to be dedicated to the polycystic kidney disease community out there. Quite a bit of you all have been messaging me over the last couple weeks asking for an update regarding some images that I was talking about over the last couple months doing various interview videos. And yes, I did get another MRI done and do have actually some interesting stuff to share. I apologize for the wait. This past month has been a absolute utter nightmare for me, no pun intended. Like, legitimately, just stuff keeps coming up and it has not been good. Okay, long story short, this playlist is going to be the top pinned comment to this video. Really great information in here. And if you are new here, I'm going to be going over various different stuff. But I ended up releasing my first video back in December, early December, for a fundraiser for Dr. Wimes' laboratory. And ever since then, it's been absolutely incredible. I've had the chance to spread a lot of awareness for polycystic kidney disease community. If you are a fan of pumpkin puree and you don't want to drink a bunch of sugary coffee, make sure to check out this video right here. Homemade pumpkin coffee, keto, or keto homemade pumpkin coffee. Ah, so yummy. But anyways, no, it's, the last 5 months have been absolutely wonderful. I'm probably going to say thank you, Dr. Wimes and his team, various number of times during the course of this video. But, okay, so anyways, long story short, I got a MRI done last year. First MRI, it wasn't even, like, related to my kidneys. It was actually for a liver cyst. And then I got a phone call from my doctor, and it just was it was pretty much Judgment Day for me. Okay, so May 21st, 2024. This was my MRI, which I clearly have polycystic kidney disease. Shared it in the video that I uploaded back in December, which was the fundraiser video. However, I just got a new MRI done last month. Where are you? Hello, MRI. Ah, there we go. April 17th. 17 is actually a really good lucky number of mine, too. Okay, so what do we see? Well, I'm not a specialist to really, look at MRIs, but I mean, after 1 year and essentially doing keto for 10 months-ish, yeah, about like 10 months-ish, I mean, these things look like they really haven't grown? Is that a possibility? Well, anyways, so as for the report from last year, 2024 report, the right kidney is 16 centimeters, left kidney is 14 centimeters in length. And then the report that I got for this year, where are the sizes? Yeah, when I say this past month has been a utter nightmare, I'm not lying. Like, it truly feels like the universe just wants me to go away. But then again, last year, I had the same feeling. Like, I legitimately felt like, hey, maybe I should just enjoy my kidney health time, because last year, I got quoted that I would be in renal failure, kidney failure, by my mid-40s. About like 10 years, I was looking at kidney failure from the age of 35. I'm 36 now, turning 37 next month. June 25th, baby. Woohoo! Yeah, I legitimately got quoted 10 years, because the thing about polycystic kidney disease is that, for anyone that is unaware, is that these cysts on your kidneys, they just keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. They grow at an average of 5% per year. There's some other websites out there that will say maybe like 2 or 5% they typically grow. But the thing about it is that they just keep growing, and your kidneys just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and people lose hope all the time. People lose hope and they just revert back to very, very bad, unhealthy eating habits, unhealthy decisions. But yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, these things just it's if you ask a typical doctor or typical dietitian, they will tell you, well, these things are going to keep growing and growing until you go into kidney failure, right? Well, apparently, well, I mean, it's my right kidney is now 15 centimeters, and my left kidney is now 14 centimeters, or was 14 centimeters the same. So it appears that, well, I mean, going off the numbers on my report, the bigger one maybe shrunk? Is that possible? Is that an anomaly? I think it's definitely an outlier. If I had to gamble, I would say, yeah, that is pretty remarkable. But I honestly don't know if they did shrink or not, because I'm not like a specialist. And I mean, 1 centimeter is like 1 centimeter. It's not like 2 or 3 centimeters. But I do know this. I am not looking at renal failure anymore in my 40s. My kidney doctor actually said that as long as I continue doing what I'm doing, this could very well may never affect me. My kidney function is still well above 90, strong GFR. I'm extremely blessed, but yeah, I mean, 10 months of keto, woo, it's absolutely remarkable. Utterly remarkable. And if you are in the polycystic kidney disease community, please check out the playlist of videos. And I'm also going to be putting another publication down below, because if you have not gone through this publication, you really have to, because these people, along with my amazing dietitian, love her so much, really did like save my life. Because I was looking at kidney failure in my mid 40s, and now I mean, like I said, like this as long as these things don't keep growing or get bigger, I am very blessed, more than you can ever imagine. But this right here is something that doctors and dietitians not in the ketogenic community call to be pseudoscience and fringe treatment. Because it literally talks about how a trigger warning, how a modern diet and lifestyle can make these cysts get bigger. So, long story short about myself, I talk about this a lot in the videos in the playlist, but my entire adult life, it's extreme athlete. I ended up doing a little over 15 years in the United States Marine Corps. Joined right after high school at the age of 18, and then I suffered a career-ending injury, blew out both my knees, and because of that injury, I ended up completely like stopping exercise entirely. And this photo is actually me, 2019. It was actually the heaviest that I ever was. I was 173 pounds, just very, very big. Extreme athlete. When I wanted to get big, I ate a lot of protein and I got really big. When I wanted to get really fast, I ran. And I ran and I ran and I ran, pretty much like marathon style running, like 20, 30, 40 miles a week. Like if any of you all ever came on a endurance run with me, you'd be running until your legs would no longer be working. I was that type of like person. Did I have unhealthy habits all throughout my 20s and my early 30s? Absolutely. I drank alcohol more than you can imagine. I was a very big partier all throughout my 20s. Did a lot of stupid stuff in my life. I definitely used a lot of nicotine, tobacco, cigarettes, dip, just a whole bunch of nasty things. But the one thing that I did not do was I did not do sugar. I only had refined sugar and refined carbs on really like holidays and once out of the blue moon. Would I have a soda here and there? Yeah, sure. I'd grab a soda, grab an energy drink, have some dessert, but I never made it into a habit. I'm talking about maybe like once, twice a month. Otherwise, it was just constant and constant exercising. But I did get a chance to interview Dr. Torres and, of course, Dr. Wimes. And this publication outlines verbatim. For my entire adult life, I was an athlete in the military, had extreme physical fitness. Yes, I ate tons of pasta, but my exercises pretty much like was pulling all the excess carbohydrates and the sugar away from my kidneys and away from causing damage to my kidneys. And then I got injured, got medically separated, changed my diet entirely, and I lived on sugar for over 2.5 years. When I say I lived on sugar, I legitimately mean I lived on sugar. I was eating probably about 500 grams of carbohydrates per day. Every morning, I'd have sugary yogurt, sugary jam, bread, applesauce. For lunch, I would have like soup, rice. I would have sugary coffee. Then I'd have more sugary coffee. I'd have like ice cream in the evening. Was drinking a lot as well too. A lot of wheat beer. And it was just, it was a trigger. It was literally a trigger. And I am walking proof that this publication is pretty much factual. I stopped doing something incredibly healthy, and I started doing something incredibly not healthy. Sugar. Every single day. Like, I'm talking about like close to 400 grams of sugar a day. That's a lot. And if you do have polycystic kidney disease, please read this publication, because this pretty much, like, this treatment has saved my life, my kidney life. I am very religious, even though I have been a absolute terrible Christian before in my life. I don't believe in going on dialysis. So, I mean, hey, you know, if I'm going to be chilling in kidney failure until maybe a transplant or no transplant, like, it is pretty much, you know, gambling with your life. But this research has pretty much changed the entire course of my life. I've completely parted ways with alcohol entirely. November 22nd was my last drink last year. And my life has just been absolutely... it's like amazing, feeling utterly amazing. But alcohol is outlined in this publication more than you can imagine. And unfortunately, alcohol, along with sugar, along with carbohydrates, and also you throw in nicotine, is absolutely devastating. It's utterly devastating. It causes these things called microcrystals. I believe it was this interview with Dr. Wimes, Can Diet Enhance Video Gaming? Dr. Wimes talked about microcrystals, which is utterly just devastating. And yeah, for over 2.5 years, I was combining sugar, alcohol, and all that nasty. It was killing me. In 2.5 years, my kidneys grew by over 25%. 25%! Or actually, I should say, in a matter of like 10 months, they grew by 25%, but they were slowly growing. Now, the sugar and inflammation is gone. And I mean, I don't want to declare a victory and go ahead and say that, like, my kidneys are shrinking. I don't want to go ahead and declare that just yet. Dr. Wimes and his team, they do have all my images. They have all my blood work and everything. And this is going to be working towards like a future case study. Talk more about that momentarily. But yeah, I mean, it is just, it's pretty remarkable. I can definitely tell you one thing for sure, that a ketogenic lifestyle, Well, it's definitely halted my kidney disease. And I'm so grateful to God that people like Dr. Wimes, his team, who I am going to be doing more future interviews with, not to mention my amazing dietitian. Would love to do interview with her as well. Haven't had her on here just yet. But if you are in the polycystic kidney disease community, or if you know someone, please pass them this video, because this information could really save their life, because so many dietitians not in this area are still using the DASH diet, which incorporates a lot of carbohydrates, and it doesn't get you into a ketogenic state, which, well, the entire publication is built on a ketogenic state. You know, I mean, you gotta be in ketosis. you gotta be in ketosis. So eating a bunch of carbohydrates, it's not gonna work. And that's pretty much all that I've done now for the last it's a solid like 10 months. And trust me when I say this, it is definitely one of the hardest things that you can do to pretty much make a dietary change. You got to have a fire lit underneath your bum to really do so. My fire lit under my bum was pretty much like being told I would be in renal failure, kidney failure by like my mid-40s. And the thing about kidney failure that a lot of people don't understand is that it's not like if somebody says, if your doctor says to you, hey, you got 10 years until you're in kidney failure, it doesn't mean that you have 9 years and 11 months and like 29 days and then like, boom, you're in kidney. No. It's as your kidney function goes down, complications and problems start going. So realistically, maybe I could have only been looking at like a couple years before my kidney function started jumping off a cliff. And that's the very tragic thing about it. But I've talked to so many people that have lost hope, and so many people have said to me, I just really can't do this. I can't maintain like a ketogenic state like forever. And I totally understand. So hopefully, firstly, my MRI findings and future content that I'm going to be producing for the PKD community will bring people hope. But at the same time, I'm going to share this as also another glimpse of hope too. So from August of last year up until end of December, I was doing straight keto. And what I mean by straight keto is that I was pretty much keeping my my net carbs below 50. I was in a solid state of ketosis for well over 4.5 months. A solid state of ketosis. Obviously, I was experiencing this thing, which I'm definitely going to make videos on it, called fat adaptation, which means that I've been in ketosis for so long and I've been doing this that my body is just like boom banging and like rock and rolling and stuff, right? I was having a salad every single day, avocado oils, olive oils, some nuts, some fruit, some other plants. All the protein that I was eating was animal source, though. Very much big on animal source protein, not necessarily plant-based protein. But on Christmas Eve, I will say that I utterly indulged myself. Yeah, that was Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I took my first reward day. Not a cheat day, or I didn't have a cheat meal. I had a cheat day. And then guess what? On Christmas Day, I also had another big, like, cheat day also. Yeah, I had pies, cakes, ice creams, everything. I was actually out of ketosis for 10 days. But this is something that hopefully gives a lot of people hope, is that I was out of ketosis for 10 days, but because I pretty much have not made sugar into a habit, well, my kidneys, based on my MRI, it's so the point that I'm saying is that if you are struggling doing this type of treatment out there, understand that maybe you could very well fit in a piece of pie or a dessert maybe every so often. But it's really based on your body type. I can't be here telling you to eat a piece of pie every like 2 weeks or maybe every month. You got to take the time to learn your body, just like I took the time to learn mine. And I'm going to be doing something very new, because everything is basically pretty much based around a ketogenic type of diet, but also it's really good to get new data and new information. However, I'll say this. From January of this year up until my MRI, so last month, and also pretty much beginning of this month as well, I've been doing Ketovore. What is Ketovore? Well, Ketovore is a blend of carnivore. Yes, that's right, carnivore. Carnivore, the type of diet that is like the most strictest diet out there. Pretty much like you're just eating meat in a way. But from January up until my MRI, I've been doing Ketovore. Ketovore is red meat. So during keto last year, I was very big on lean meat. Now I've done a swap. I was eating beef every single day, lamb, ground beef, ground lamb chops, steaks. I got rid of my daily salad. I was still eating an avocado a day, plus blueberries a day and yogurt, but my overall carbs went down into the 20s, and that's pretty much Ketovore. However, now I'm moving into straight carnivore. Oh yeah, we're going to see what carnivore actually does to PKD. So I'm going to be doing straight carnivore for the next probably 4, 5, maybe 6 months, and get it more blood work done, more images, send them on their way to Dr. Wimes' laboratory, and really see what happens. Because, to be honest, since I'm moving closer and closer to carnivore, my body, for me personally, it feels actually a lot better. The daily salad for me was giving me a constipation, and on Ketovore, my constipation pretty much went away. Already started moving into full-blown carnivore, and, well, my eczema, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But like I said, I'm going to be posting quite a bit of content for the PKD community out there, because I honestly don't know if I'm doing something that maybe a lot of you all are not doing, and I just kind of really want to put a lot of really good tips to the public eye. I do a lot of fasting. When I say fasting, I mean legitimately I fast every day with IF, and also I do water fasting, like a lot of water fasting, like 48 hours, couple times a month. And yeah, we're gonna see what carnivore versus PKD does for images. Really excited with that. Definitely going to be doing more interviews for the PKD community as well. And otherwise, I really do hope everyone with PKD that is watching this video, you just stick to your goals. You just keep the devil in front of you, which is very hard to do, but it requires you to say no. You gotta, it's cutting out alcohol was a pain in the bum, but every bad decision in my life that I've made has been intoxicated, and I pretty much promised God that I would never drink if I could just get like a miracle. And I mean, hey, we're gonna see how things play off, but just please don't ever lose hope, and don't let someone discourage you, because there are a lot of people out there that will tell you that changing your diet doesn't matter. That is nonsense. When you are living on sugar, that's a problem. When you are living on Mother Nature, you got nothing to worry about. I love you all so much. I'm probably going to be maybe doing another interview, like I said, up in the next couple weeks and stuff. Please, if you are not part of the polycystic kidney disease community, pass this video along. Share this video if you definitely could. And if you ever know anyone out there with a kidney health related, well, you could definitely potentially save their life, because I'm very blessed and grateful to God that I could very well not even have any kidney issues my entire life, which is just unreal to think about. Otherwise, I'll see you all soon with probably most likely a carnivore versus PKD video. All right, later, all. Bye.